Hey, what's up, guys? Zero One here. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about the state of the country, the United States. Many people have been noticing it and have been actually speaking about it with their family members, with their friends, and how little by little everything that we know as the country is being erased. For starters, you look at the morality of the country; it is, dying literally. So much of what we once hold dearly is now being trampled. It's being mocked. It's being disrespected. That mentality of respecting one another, that mentality of being responsible for your actions and not blaming other people for your mistakes. You see in the media, you see in the entertainment industry. Little by little, everything's just being taken over by Satan, literally. When I saw one of the I think what was it, Variety or the Daily News or one of those articles, they're speaking about how the VMA Awards was very unique in the sense that it was way out there. A lot of the themes were very related to Satanism and demonic things. And I was kind of shocked because when I saw the video clip, I was like, "What does Satanism have to do with the VMA Awards?" But that really kind of shocked me, and that was a while back. Another thing is what you see within the federal government. Little by little, it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where a lot of what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and what the founders established is just being pushed out. Congress, it seems that it's irrelevant. They were voted in last year by a majority of both Republicans and Democrats, and I was kind of shocked that so many Democrats were voting Republican senators to stop this administration from actually pushing more of its agenda. And these are like liberal people. That's the thing that shocked me, that liberal people are actually voting for these Republicans. And sadly to say, a lot of the what the GOP promised is not completing with their end of the bargain. It's becoming more like a lot of the leadership of the GOP is very in tune with this administration by the choices that they're making. Another thing is, excuse me, is the education system. The education system, we're falling behind drastically. You compare India to the United States or Pakistan or Afghanistan or places like China, and we're falling big time behind education wise. A lot of your teenagers can't really name the states of the country. They can't, off the top of their heads. I mean, they're good at tweeting, real good. They're real good at tweeting, and they're real good with those cell phones. They really are. But when it comes to education wise, compare the United States to the rest of the world, it's falling drastically behind. I think the last time I checked was in math, reading, and writing. I think the United States ranks as 40. I think it was 52 or 51 in compared to the rest of the world in English. In English, this is the common language in the of our nation. I mean, there's Australia, there's Canada, there's Great Britain, there's Ireland and Scotland, and different parts around the world that they speak English, and not just the speaking English nations, but all other nations like China and in Korea or South Korea, Japan, and Brazil. All these different places, they also teach English, and it's kind of like it's a requirement. You have to learn English, so you can actually have a better chance in getting a job, and also when you come over here or when you go to a different country that they speak English, because it's a universal language. We're ranked very low. Also in the math department, we're ranked super low compared to India and China and South Korea and Japan and places like Saudi Arabia. All those places we're big time behind. So it makes you think like, what do you expect from a generation that basically depends on the government to give them what they want and are not ready to go out into the real world. Their skills are not developed, and they're really going to be faced with competition compared to foreigners that come and start actually taking the jobs. Like computer science here in the country, there's, I think, what was it, 2 million positions? I think 2 point some million positions of computer science that need to be taken or need to be employed. And there's this uneven balance that there's not enough people to fill those positions here in the country. So all these different companies like Google, IBM, Microsoft, they're going, abroad to get their workers. So it really makes you think about that too. The church, as a Christian, I see in the church that there's not Christ-centered, but more like people-centered. I see more and more churches trying to appease the rest of the society that they live in, come down to or be a part of the society, in the sense that they reject a lot of what the Word of God says, the Bible, and so they won't offend the rest of the people that they live near them, and that's causing a lot of harm within the church, because more and more people are seeing that, what's the difference between a person that's Christian and what's the difference between a person that's not a Christian. They both act the same, they both speak the same, they both have the same type of goals, and it's true. I mean, there's no way around it. More and more you see Christians, especially the youth, getting involved in things that you would not think 15 to 20 years ago that they would not get involved with, and you see it now. I mean, even a hot topic like marijuana, it's going on all over the country that they need to legalize marijuana. I think already 3 or 4 states have already legalized it. California is one of them. Washington State's another one. Sorry about that. I'm like, wait. Seattle's a city, not a state. Come on, get your facts right. What was it? What other state? No, not Utah. But you get the gist. Now they're trying to legalize marijuana, and they actually did some interviews with the students around the country, and it was a shocker that there were more teenagers who are part of a Christian school that were involved in smoking marijuana than those who are not a part of a Christian school. So that was another shocker. It really was. And I think what's another hot topic? Same-sex marriage. That's another hot topic nowadays. That if you're not for same-sex marriage, you should be locked up. And that to me is just evil, man. I mean, to not agree with a person and force the government to arrest them just because they don't agree with your lifestyle, that's not even constitutional, let alone that's not even right. So that's what I see more and more churches are even attacking their members if they do not side with same-sex marriage, or they do not side with certain things like legalizing marijuana, that they have to adjust their lifestyle to the rest of the society, which that's totally contradicts what Jesus Christ taught, big time. I mean, even he said that the world hated me, and just like they hated me, they'll hate you, and it's true. They, when you stand up for righteousness and holiness, people are gonna laugh at you, or they're just gonna be like, "Oh, he's a weirdo," and I see it. And it's happened to me too, but that's one of the things that I was seeing with the state of the country. It's decline in economic, military, and also influences around the world. We're decreasing drastically. But thank you so much for giving me a chance to speak my mind and my thoughts. And you guys have an awesome day. Jesus bless you, and I'll see you pretty soon. Later, guys. Bye.